What's up, you guys? Welcome back to my channel. So if you haven't seen my last story time, which is part 1, definitely go and watch that and then come back to this video because you probably will be lost if you haven't seen part 1. Basically, part 1, I told you guys about my stepmother experience, which was not very pleasant. I went through a lot dealing with this woman, and I'm gonna further explain, give you guys more stories this story time. Basically, a lot of you guys asked the same questions, which it was like 2 questions that really stood out the most. And that was, okay, the first one was, where's your real mom? What happened to your real mom? Like, why aren't you living with your real mom? So that's a long story, but to keep it short, my parents divorced when I was 3 years old. And ever since then, I've been going back and forth with homes, but I have spent more time with my dad. So during this time, during these few years, I was with my dad for the full duration, and I would go with my mom for like the summer, something like that. So my dad, why did he tolerate that? Why did he allow that? Because I feel like my dad loves me to death. I've always been a daddy's girl, and at the time, like, I loved and I hated him because I'm like, you see what this woman's doing, you see this is just unfair, she's treating me this way. But when they first met, and I know I mentioned this in my last video, I told you guys that she was the perfect stepmother. She was the perfect step parent. She was so loving, she was so nurturing. Like, I was super excited that they were getting married, because I'm like, finally I get a 2-parent home. We established a great bond. I trusted her. I loved our relationship. I feel like the day after she moved into the house, she changed, like, completely. She no longer was the nurturing, loving, understanding woman. It was like she just flipped. She flipped. As soon as she got comfortable, I feel like she just changed personalities altogether. And I think it was because she saw how close me and my dad were, that she was jealous of that relationship. That's what I've heard. I don't know. I'm not a psychiatrist. I don't know why that happened, but I think it was because she was jealous of me and my dad's relationship. For instance, she did not want me sitting on his lap. Like, I was sitting on my dad's lap one day in the living room, and she says, "Get off your dad's lap." And I'm looking like, what? I thought she was playing at first. So yeah, I thought she was playing at first, so I didn't say anything. I was just looking like, I thought, you know, just looking back and forth like and then she's like, "Get off your dad's lap." And I was like, she was serious. Like, after that, I knew that she wasn't playing. So I looked at my dad, like, I looked kind of weird, like, did I do something wrong? And so he tapped my leg, just said, "Get up, just get up," you know. And I go to the bathroom, another waterworks show. I just cried because I'm like, why in the world are you telling me to get off my dad's lap? Like, now your jealousy is really peeking out, because before that, she didn't want my other sister playing board games, playing cards, poker with my dad. Like, she didn't want that interaction. She didn't like to see it. It really bothered her for some reason. That bond really, really bothered her. So that hurt me. He allowed that to happen. Let's talk about the punishments, because this is where I really feel like she tried to strip me of everything. One punishment that I will never forget, and I think this is the time that I wrote in my diary and they found it, and this was the punishment for that, because I was on a strict punishment, you guys, for writing in my diary. After they had went through every page with me, read my diary, exposed all my personal information in front of my dad, after they did that, she was like, "So what should her punishment be for this?" And I'm like, really? I'm getting punished for writing my feelings in my diary? And I was on a strict punishment. It was crazy. So basically, this is what happened. I'm in my room after that, because they're talking about what's going to happen and everything like that. I go in my room. I get dismissed. I go in my rorom, and she's walking up the stairs into my room with boxes, like U-Haul boxes. So I'm like, am I going to boarding school? Am I leaving? Like, what's going on? So I'm just like, I was looking real confused. So she has like 3 boxes, and she tells me that I can pick out like 5 shirts, 5 pairs of pants, 2 like a pair of church shoes and tennis shoes, and everything else was to get boxed up. And she didn't tell me when I was getting those things back. To this day, I have not seen my clothes, but it was so many clothes I had, and she boxed up everything. And she probably thinks I don't remember this because it happened, you know, quite early in their relationship, but I remember everything like it was yesterday. I don't know her motive for that. I don't understand, especially for something as far as writing in my diary. I think it was a summertime, so I wasn't going to school, so it's not like I needed a whole bunch of outfits. But to have everything stripped away from you, and I knew I only had 5 shirts and 5 pair of pants to wear. And then, like, you know, another thing that hurt me was, like, my mom, we always, like, my real mom, you know, we always shop together. That's our thing. Like, we're the same person, really. Like, we love hair, makeup, and clothes. Like, me and my mom are the same person. But you know, she took all those things, like all the things that my mom got me, little purses, wallets, little outfits, you know what I'm saying? Like, she took everything. But I was attached to those things, like a lot of things that I knew. Oh gosh, I didn't think I was gonna freaking cry in this video. Like, I have no reason to cry. But no, like, she knew the bond me and my mom had. Even reading my diary, you could tell how much, like, I miss my mom. My dad, before they got married, my dad would let me go. Like, I would see my mom all the time. When he married that woman, I would see my mom like twice a month. And my mom would call the police. My mom would do everything in her power to get me, but she just really made it hard on me at the time, very hard. And I felt just so wrong. Not only that, I had to stay in my room. I was not allowed to go out of my room for like 2 weeks straight. I couldn't go outside to play. The only time I could come outside was to eat dinner. And I have no reason to lie to you guys. I just think it's very unfair. That's why I'm making this video, because it's very unfair. It's very unfair. Getting punished for writing in your own diary, that's really messed up. Really messed up. So I'm done crying, you guys. Let's talk about some interesting things that happened. This is where she tries to fight me. So I'm only like 12 or 13 years old. I'm not attitudinal. I'm not disrespectful. I've never been disrespectful to her. I've never rolled my eyes. I never raised my voice. I've never done anything disrespectful to this woman. So for her to get so angry as to where she wants to fight me physically, not even like whoop me like a child, but fight me, like, this happened a few times. Every time my dad would act like he's trying to defend me or act like he might be on my side, it would just spark in her. Like, she would just get so angry. And in this particular instance, she took it out on me, because normally she would take it out on him and just like slam the door or stump off, throw a temper tantrum. In my opinion, I've seen it several times. Normally that's what would happen, but this time it's like she was getting mad at me. Anytime she would get like irate, I would become mute, because I would not want to escalate things. Plus, you know, it was just so easy to trigger her. I just would not say anything. Not to mention, I've never been into a fight. I don't even entertain conflict or confrontation. I don't get in confrontations. I've never been into a fight. So this whole situation, every time she would get physical with me, it would be so awkward. Not only because I'm not used to this interaction, but also because you're so much older than me. Like, why are you doing this? But she I'm not sure what fueled it, but all I know is she's walking towards me. I'm just standing straight, you know, looking non-bothered, because I don't know what she's gonna do. So she's walking to me, and she was like, she started putting her chest on me, like trying to like big boy me, I guess, with her boobs. And she has huge boobs. So she was like bumping my chest with her boobs, talking about you are a child. And so she's, you know, getting more angry, talking about I will hurt you. So in the midst of that, my dad scoops her up, because she's like at this point like finna swing on me, I guess. I don't know. Nothing ever escalated from that situation. And I've seen this so much. She's been like this with my sister, trying to fight my sister. And my sister does not play. Like, I had to calm my sister down, like, this is what she probably wants you to do, so you can go to jail. Don't do it. So yeah, they almost came to blows a couple of times. So another time, this was like when, you know, they were about to separate, because so this is what happened. So I'm sitting in my room on my bed, not disturbing anybody, in my own room, minding my own business, and she comes in there yelling. I'm not sure what the conversation was about. I honestly, I don't remember those things. I just remember when it got physical. So basically, I'm sitting on my bed. She comes in there yelling about something, and my dad comes in the room when he hears the commotion. And like I said, I remain mute. I have never, you can ask anybody living in that house, I've never raised my voice at her. So she had no reason to yell or to just keep escalating the situation, because I was never disrespectful to her, and I never rose my voice. I never raised my voice at her. I never rolled my eyes. I never got disrespectful with her. So she was the only one escalating that any type of conflict we've had, she's always been the one to escalate it, because I'm talking too fast. Anytime we've gotten any type of confrontation, she's always been the one to escalate it, because like I said, I would never disrespect, you know, an adult at that time. I was not a disrespectful child, period. My dad was super big on respect. So yeah, so as they're getting into it, she storms over to where I am, because I have not said a word, and she starts doing this to my head. She was talking about me, and as she was talking about me, she kept doing that. Like, she was saying, Duchess, something, and she was doing this to my head, right? And so my dad said, do not touch her, do not touch her. And she's yelling, I can touch her, I can touch her. And she starts doing it harder. And so at this point, I'm getting scared, like, Dad. So I'm just saying, Dad. And he comes in like Superman, picks her up again, carries her out of my room. And I'm just like, thank God, like, you're finally stepping in. Like, I hope you can see that this is just getting further and further. So a couple days after that, or maybe a few weeks, she actually packs up her stuff and leaves. So now at this point, they're separated. She gets her own apartment, and me and my dad, like, are just living so smooth. Like, I have not been that. I remember when she left, how quiet the house was, but it was so peaceful. It was just so nice. It was like a breath of fresh air, waking up every morning knowing that she's not here. When she left, it was amazing for both of us. Stress-free, happy, just like we were before, you know, unfortunately she moved in. So if you haven't subscribed, definitely go ahead and hit that subscribe button. I know that I have been absent for quite a while. However, I have so many videos planned, you guys. Like, my planner is full of videos that I will be filming for you guys. My last video did so well. I'm so happy that it got almost it's at 500,000 views right now, and I'm just like so freaking excited. Like, I cannot believe it. Definitely go watch that last video if you guys haven't seen it. Oh yeah, I want you guys to meet Callie. Come here, boo. I should have put on her dress so you guys can see her little dress. Hey, boo boo. Look, Callie, say hi. Look, Callie. Hi. Okay, I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.